Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is actually outrageous. It's a newspaper clipping from decades ago from Rotherham with a story that sounds as if it's from the recent debacle of grooming that we've had going on in that area. And it's frightening, actually, how long this has been going on. Absolutely frightening. And it just shows that it's not a new phenomena, and the people involved seem very similar, if not identical, to the people involved in the far more recent situation with this type of behaviour. So I'm just going to read out this short newspaper clipping which just showed up on my Twitter feed minutes before I hit the record button. And I'm thinking, if it wasn't for, there's mention of money, and it's quite a low amount of money, it's the only part of this where you would actually think that can't be today. And the other bizarre thing about it is, it comes from the court hearing where the young girl is in court, not the perpetrators. And it's bonkers. So that's one thing that has changed over the decades that I'm quite happy has changed. But if you listen to the story, and while a minute or two it takes me to read it out, try and guess which year it's from. But if you get the right decade, I'll still be impressed. So before, as I'm reading it, before I get to the year, which I'll declare at the end of this, reading out this article, stick in the comments below your guess on the year. And as I say, if you get a decade right, I'll be impressed. So the headline is, Girl 15 very well used sexually. That's a headline in the newspaper, in the local Rochdale paper of the time. A 15-year-old girl told police of a house in Rotherham, where immigrants took English girls upstairs and where she'd been paid to have sexual intercourse with an Arab. The girl, described as very well used sexually, was put into the care of the local authority at Rotherham Borough Juvenile Court on Wednesday. She denied that she was being exposed to moral danger and falling into bad associations. The case was proved. So she was found guilty of that crime of being exposed to moral danger and falling into bad associations. Imagine taking a young girl to court for that. A statement which the girl made to the police was read out in court, and in it she said that she first had sexual intercourse at the age of 13 and again a few months later. The boys concerned were dealt with in court, she said. Later, a Pakistani took her to a certain house in Rotherham, where he asked her to go upstairs with him. She refused and left the house, but went back several times. On one occasion, another Pakistani said he would give her money if she went upstairs with him. She agreed and they had sexual intercourse. But he did not give her any money. On another occasion, an Arab had intercourse with her in the house. He paid her £2 and gave 50p to the Pakistani who occupied the house. So this Pakistani was obviously an adult. She owned the house. The occupier said the girl had bought her several things without asking anything in return. She had seen other English girls being taken upstairs by Pakistanis who picked them up in a certain Rotherham cafe. Said the statement, she would listen to them running about and giggling upstairs and then hear the bed moving. An English girl came downstairs and said, he has only given me 4 shillings. A statement by pathologist Dr. Alan Usher said the girl had obviously been very well used sexually. She would get a job, she said, and that way she would not have enough spare time to get into trouble again. She knew she had done wrong and said sorry. That is absolutely bonkers. And the year of this article, 1972. 1972. 53 years ago. The same sort of stuff that's been going on recently, and probably still is, if we're being perfectly honest, has been going on for over 50 years. I wasn't born until the year after this. So that means that woman will be 67 years of age. So women who are approaching their 70s were caught up in this horrific scandal and grooming that was going on recently that we were all shocked and stunned about. It's actually been going on, I would suggest, the vast majority of the lives of the people who watch my videos. It's heartbreaking. And the fact that this girl was at court, she was the one in the defence. She was the one in the accused box. And we put her into a system at the bequest of the juvenile court. Arab men, Pakistani men, paying them, telling them lies, telling them we will give you money, not doing it, all that sort of stuff. It's all very similar sounding, isn't it? And it just shows you that we think the amount of, obviously, immigration we have now, when it's 7 figures per year. Back in the 70s, it was between, I would guess, 30 to 50,000 per year. We're now up at 1.2 million per year. Staying up to date with events around the world can be difficult, where it's impossible to consult a single source for the full story. Narratives that shape public opinion often just reinforce media and corporate-backed vested interests. It's hard to know what information to trust. See what the media is exaggerating, sensationalising, over or under reporting. That's why I've been using Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that combines news from around the world in one place so you can compare coverage. For every news source, you can see if it has any political bias, how reliable the reporting is, and who owns them. They even have a blind spot feed that highlights news disproportionately covered by one side of the political spectrum. Take a data-driven view on the news and stay current. Get news from thousands of sources worldwide in one place. I've been using Ground News to help me get all the world's news in one place and give a more balanced opinion on what we read and viewing who is telling us the truth and who isn't. Subscribe via my link to get 40% off the Vantage subscription. It's the one I use to get unlimited access to every feature. Your subscription can not only help my channel, but also help Ground News, as it makes the media landscape more transparent. And we couldn't quite get these social differences right back then. We've got absolutely no chance today. But our society seems to have changed somewhat since then, where we wouldn't take a girl to court under charges of making bad associations. So we've changed. But have the people we're bringing here changed? I don't think they have. If you want other people to see this video, which I would quite like, so that we can understand that this isn't a new phenomenon, then please hit the like button, hit the share button, or put your comments below. And if you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell. But having said all that, far more important thing, most important thing, unless you are the type of person that comes here from societies with totally different sets of morals, then no you. But everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.